Hello. Hi guys, you are watching me, Nikki Yu, also known as Faces Trader, here in the Awesome 10X Live channel. With me is Mira, who is our driver's daughter. And hello, say hello to the screen.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so but we are gonna begin global market update. So let me discuss the global. So what's happened last month, last week. So and what's gonna happen today? So actually today, I think the most important news are a few things. So you are aware of the epic Fortnite battle. So to me, there is a big risk that the market can actually start. There will be breaks. You might disagree with me, and that's okay. So actually, I will share to you how I am. I am a person who's not afraid of being wrong, and that is really what I want to share to everyone. Okay, let us read a few things. Um, this is your Nasdaq. You've got Apple 12%, Microsoft 11%, Amazon 11. So that's approximately 36%. You've got the others, Facebook 4, Alphabet B, that would be 4% each. So 12, 8, 4. And then Tesla is about 3%. So if you see it, you've got six stocks trading, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 49% comprised of your Nasdaq 100. So, what are the potential risks that the market might not be aware of? Of course, there is a China shipment decline, tensions of Apple with China. U.S. and China will have a potential problem. Has this started? There was already news that Apple shipments have been declining because of this ongoing 30%. So iPhone shipments will be down by 25 to 30% in a worst case scenario if it is forced to remove WeChat from its app store globally, according to an analyst. So iPhone shipments declining would actually be a big problem if it truly happened. It hasn't happened yet. But with a 2 trillion market cap and Apple at $460, I'm not predicting the world will crumble. But it's important to understand if you have to be cautious or not. Now, also there of course is the Fortnite big 1984. If you haven't seen it yet, I shared it here. Let me just share it. Where was that? The Fortnite and Epic Games. So Epic Games made a parody of Apple's 1984 ad. See this? So 1980. Okay, so if you remember, Apple is So I think that this 1984 Fortnite is really something. This lawsuit by Epic is something that the market is not truly pricing in yet. So really, I wanted to share this to you. A lot of people hurt their returns trying to be perfect. So the best lesson is try not to be completely perfect. Making investments isn't perfect. Continue to make a choice knowing you will be wrong. Build your position slowly. Know that being wrong is not wrong. Staying is. So for me, staying fully invested is probably something that I would be cautious about. I do own a lot of names. In fact, I'm sharing to you a lot of awesome 10x portfolios and why we continue to hold and buy them for the next 6 to 12 months, for even the next 3 years. But we have to think twice and trimming some names that we think have a potential risk of a downside. And if I'm wrong that the market doesn't fall, it's also okay, guys. In my view, the important thing is actually trying not to be perfect. Because if you try to be perfect, you could be perfectly wrong. It's okay not to be perfectly right. Let's discuss a few businesses as well. So to me, you know that I do like Agora. API, Agora is newly listed in the market this year. And one of the reasons why I really am promoting Agora is a lot of partners, really. For those who are aware, Unity Game Engine is a partner of Agora. And if they can trust Agora to help them with live streaming, all software developers, really, Agora's partners are multiple industries from gaming to dating. So you can study your due diligence for Agora. Agora is going to report earnings sometime this week, and I truly am in the belief that there will be good numbers in the next few days for this name. So I am okay to be right. I'm okay to be wrong. That's the truth. That's how I make money. I am okay to be right and wrong. So diversification is the way that I protect myself. If I'm wrong, so what? It's just 5% of my portfolio. Let's say I'm down 10%, it's just 0.5% of my portfolio. But if I'm right, of course, I might add more. So what I do is I really add on my winners. So let's try to add. Let's see. The earnings will come out this August 17 after market closes. So let's see how it happens later on. So Agora is a company that I am taking a look at for this week. I already own it. And for those who don't own it, you might want to consider that. Of course, we have highlighted Grow Generation. GRWG is a company that I've mentioned as an awesome 10x pick last Friday in our deep dive. And so we know that winners win, even if we weren't able to get in at below 9. Thank you. Congratulations for everyone who've got this $3 to $9. And then, of course, we've gotten at about 11.50 to 12.50. It closed at 13.20. I do think that any drops near this $12.50 would continue to be bought. So there is a higher low at 9, higher low at 11.50. Do check out my class of Grow Generation. It's free. It's just here in Awesome 10X channel. Just look for it. That was Friday. So every Friday, I do give 1 hour classes of my Awesome 10X picks. And I do believe in them and I do buy and hold them. This is not an empty statement for me. I do that. Of course, C Limited is going to report earnings this week. I'm also going to be bullish heading on to that company and continue to hold C Limited in our view, in our portfolios. Should the earnings call be a little bit somber, let's say, it really depends, because if you are growing hundreds of percent, it's understandable that your guidance for the next 6 months might not grow another 100% because of the effects of large bases. But it really depends on the total addressable market. I'd say that should the market drop near 115 or 100, I would be bullish holding and adding more C Limited. Other names that I've also discussed with low downside risks for this quarter is for this day, this quarter, this month, next month. So I'm really a person who has huge time frames. I'm not there for the next day. And that's really my secret to winning. Limelight is a strong trend from about $2 to about, I think it can go 10 to $20 in the next few years. And so this entry point here at about 5.50 to $6 is a good entry point for me. Should you have entered near 7, thinking that 7 or 6.80 was a great buy, I'd say that take a look whether Limelight will increase or bounce here at about 5.50 to 7 to 6 pesos. So we have seen that streaming continues to be a strong delivery. Let's read a few reports on streaming. Oh, by the way, for the Apple, the implications, I think you want to check out Fabian Franzen. He has a podcast. He also has a Substack. As I said, I always share this to people. The secret to having a lot of great winners is also to surround yourself with greater investors than you. So Twitter, of course, is one of the best ways to just interact and do share opinions. So we like to share. We collect ideas from other people, and then we also share our own original picks. And I think that this viewpoint, we agree with Fabian Franzen. He's a Swedish guy, and let's translate it. He says here that Epic Games right now is similar doing what Apple used to do in that ad. In Epic Games lawsuit against Apple, Epic opens up by determining how Apple has grown into a record-breaking monopoly, controlling the market, blocking competition, taking a 30% cut on all the app stores, and stifling innovation. Google looks similar. George Orwell is frequently referenced. So I think there will be implications on the monopolistic things, big tech. So there will often be that problem with your big tech, your Apple, your Google, your Facebook. So I think like the FANGs, which are 49% of your Nasdaq, if your generals start crumbling, you can potentially see the market going down. That's why I'm gonna be a little bit cautious going into August, September. I do love names, but I would be cautious. Also, these are names that I am quite bullish upon. There will be merger closing dates for your SPACs. These are special purpose acquisition, and I've studied Graph already. I like Graph. I like FMCI. So I like Velodyne LiDAR and Tattooed Chef. I haven't studied the rest, but I think like there's enough people who've already studied Shill, this one, SHLL. A lot of people studied LCA. That would be their sports bets as well, and so forth. So I didn't study everything in that space. And there's also a lot of IPOs coming out. There's going to be Xpeng Motors. There's going to be the IPO of Airbnb. So there's a lot of companies. You could read Zora. Zora is already sharing that subscription growth rates have trended back towards normally since initial impact. So if this was their baseline, the growth rates, the most resilient is OTT video streaming. And so we have some OTT names that we are quite holding on to. In fact, LLNW is also a video streaming play. Because you can understand LLNW helps those deliver those streaming digital experiences in a low latency way. So through CDNs, through content delivery networks and edge compute. So of course, the most famous edge compute name that people keep on harping is Fastly. But truly, there are four players here. There's Akamai, there's Limelight, there's Fastly, and of course, there's of course Cloudflare. So I think that Limelight is value for money, and so I do have it. Now, for the digital advertising, I continue to hold my Roku. Roku might be selling some here at a 150, but my prices below here, I've still held on to it. So only these high prices exit, but these low prices continue to hold. So I've trimmed some of my Roku. But I continue to believe in it secular wise. I think it can go 180, $200, but it can also go to 120. So I don't want to be perfect here. I just want to be cautious and still optimistic. With some digital advertising, sell side platform like Magnite will continue to grow in the connected TV space. So I'm seeing that there might be some value players buying this at 6 and 7. They might be selling at 8 and 9 as well. But I think like there is sufficient money already higher lows for this name. Any drops near below 7 or 6 might be taken advantage of by some people looking to be an uptrend channel here. Slow, but uptrend either way. So, and of course, some solar names that I would continue to hold. CSIQ, Canadian Solar is a name that I have in the solar space. I didn't enter so low at 12 or 17, but I did manage to buy here at 22 to 24. And any drops at 22 to 24, I might continue to hold and buy. And yeah, so I'll just hold this. I think that we are on the cusp of a long-term uptrend for solar. And I do have some solar picks in mind. And I have a lot of other games that I am studying that I want to buy. Actually, I have more plans to buy on dips or rips in the market. So I am cautious, but I am also bullish at the same time. I'd like to see any comments. Are you seeing a fall for Microsoft just like Apple? Is it not a good time to buy now? So like in general, I think like the Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Alphabet, I think that there's a 50-50 chance. So it's like nothing like it's just a coin toss for me. So like I am not gonna enter them now unless they go down 10%. I don't mind if it doesn't go down. I'm not predicting that they will fall, but I think that there are a lot of other great companies that I could buy, and more money that I could make in other names rather than the FANGs. So Microsoft is really a question mark on the TikTok, how much they would pay for that, and if they would really own TikTok. And then, of course, Microsoft as well. I think Microsoft at 210, 215, you've got more sellers than buyers. So in general, I would be a bit cautious. So I'm not buying any Microsoft at these levels. I think that I'd buy it if it fell anywhere near maybe the downside really risk is just 5 to 10%. So it's still a no-brainer for me. Like these FANGs will continue to dominate, but I'm not in a hurry to buy them. I might wait it out. So there, it's not like my priority. Like I'd buy Microsoft below 200, make it fall 5 to 10%, and we are talking. I just need about 10% declines on your Microsofts, your Apples, your Facebooks, your Google. But I would prioritize amongst these. I would prioritize Facebook. So I think like Facebook is the e-commerce play that people are paying for. at the moment. Like people are just not paying Facebook for their e-commerce play. And I think that is some big growth kahuna that people haven't paid for. So amongst the top fangs, I'd go more for Facebook. If I have to buy today, 260, I'd rather buy 250 to 230. But if you force me to buy, I'd own Facebook. That's what I'd buy, not Microsoft. Me lang. Yun. So there, is it a good time to join RC Moto given the robust gains and commitments from consumers, or do I wait for a market crash? Will it be affected given that it is still small in terms of revenue? Thank you. RC Moto is a awesome 10x pick I have. I'd like to buy it lower. I already own it. If you don't have it, try to probably buy low if you can, with the risk that it doesn't fall. So they would report earnings this week, and I doubt that they would I doubt that they would have great earnings. But to me, the question for RC Moto is, do they have more partnerships coming after the Wahlburgers as a pilot test? Will there be more roundtable pizzas coming in? Will there be more online deliveries hiring them, like similar to their hire car partnerships? So I think with more and more people using fun utility vehicles, I think that the adoption will grow over time, whether it be consumers or actually delivery vans choosing them to be the defaults. So it would be good if a big chain actually finds them to be a partner. Like if McDonald's or some fast food chain bigger than Wahlburgers is gonna use RC Moto or have a production play with them, then I think so RC Moto is what, $200 million market cap, and there's like I think like the crash downside move might be 20%, but the upside might be about 100% even from today. So that's really how I think. Berkshire Hathaway is not in my list. I would rather have SoftBank. That's me. I think like SoftBank, Masayoshi Son is my big tech play. I prefer Masayoshi rather than Buffett. Okay, if there aren't any questions, it's just limited questions for my stream. That's it. Thank you very much for listening to this awesome 10x live today, and do hope to see you again tomorrow. And try not to be perfect. Any thoughts on Sky Solar Holdings? I haven't studied it. Is it good? I haven't studied it, so I don't know. Is it good ba? What's this company? Let me check. What does this company do? I'll try to put it in my watch list. I'll go study it. Is it a solar energy company? I'll find it. I'll find out what it is. Okay. So there. Perfection is the enemy of profitability. It's more about asset allocation. So I always discuss this. I might write an article within the day why imperfection is my inherent strength. So because I don't try to predict tops and bottoms. I give you like hints, like, okay, if the weather is gonna get cloudy, I won't have a full position in Apple. Like assuming I have Apple at $200, $300, right now at 450, 460, I try to trim. It doesn't mean that I'm foreseeing that it will go down to 500, or if that it won't go 500, because it could. Apple could. It's just a matter of what's my downside and upside. If my downside and upside is 50-50, usually I just sell a bit. That's how I do it. I don't mind if I lose the other upside. What I don't like is missing a 100% upside for a 20% crash. So as long as the upside is bigger than the downside, I'd still own it. So actually, like Grow Generation, I just recently bought it. RC Moto, I just recently bought that last week. So just because it's August or July, I've bought a lot of picks July. Copen is a name that I like, wearables. So this one, I forgot to mention this. So wearables, the pandemic has been a catalyst for this micro display firm. The secret sauce of Copen is the ability to shrink display screens to the size of a postal stamp. Over the past quarters, their net losses have been progressively shrinking as well, fueled by demand for wearables that fan attributes the global pandemic. So I think the question that you always ask for yourself is the company I'm owning growing by leaps and bounds? So example of that company, which is in our no-brainer picks, is Nintendo, right? I discussed that as a razor and blades model. That company, if I have Apple and I have Nintendo, what I'll do is I'll sell my Apple and then I'll switch that money to Nintendo. That's what I'll do. So I would actually think about my positions. Like if I have 20 positions, I'll choose which are the weakest of my 20, which five names do I want to trim to raise some cash, and which five names are my strongest that I want to keep forever and maybe add on to them. So that's really how it is. And you'll notice that it's stress free. You make money while sleeping, and the money that you'll make investing globally is not to be no, it's not small. It's not 10%. You'll make 100, 500% over time. So there, do watch the show daily, and I'd like to invite everyone who hasn't joined the Awesome 10X classes to actually join our free classes over Fridays, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And also, you can of course subscribe to our awesome10x.com, wherein you can listen, learn every day if you want to, because I do this every day. So I think making money is easy if you're focused and focused really on finding the greatest winners. And that's really how I do it. Maybe that's the reason why it's easy money for most of us, because we know what we own. We know what we own. Sports betting is just getting stronger and stronger. So why would I sell GAN Limited? Let's assume that I own this and IPO at $8.50 and it went to 28. I would have trimmed somewhere at 24, 25, which I did. I didn't get in at 8.50. I bought in at 18. I added more at about 21. So yeah, so my I no, I added at 23, so my average is something like 19, 20, 21, something like that. I even added at 19. Yeah, so yeah, so I don't really mind. I just bought GAN Limited, I think a week ago. I bought it at 2 weeks ago. I bought it. Conor McGregor and Pacquiao fighting was a great signal for me to buy. Plus the charts were there at 1950, so I bought it there. Low risk, high reward. There. Okay, guys. Always remember that there's money to be made if you are focused in what you do. Never apologize that you make money. Doesn't matter if somebody can't make money and you can. Market's market. Bye bye.